In her spare time, Monica OLONY likes to sew her sheets with colorful stitches. She says it reminds her of the good times when she was in her home village in South Sudan instead of a refugee camp in neighboring Sudan, a village she would like to return to with conditions.
I want to go home, but peace for me is not just paper. There have to be no more guns, no more displacement. There have to be schools for the children, food, hospitals.
Civil war started in South Sudan 2 years after it gained independence, when President Salva Kiir accused his Vice President Riek Machar of attempting a coup. Nearly 400,000 people have been killed, and more than a quarter of the 12 million population has been displaced as a result of fighting. A deal signed in 2015 collapsed less than a year later, leading to renewed fighting and renewed displacement. There was another deal signed in September, a deal that's not known to all those it's meant to help.
What deal? I'm not aware of any deal signed. Nobody told me anything. If they want us to start returning home, then we should be informed about what's going on.
The agreement provides power sharing between the warring parties. South Sudan will have 5 vice presidents, a 3-year transitional period to be followed by elections, and a unified army. But before all that, there are state borders to be determined, commissions to be formed, and verification of forces to be completed. Many of the provisions of the peace deal are yet to be implemented, and a transitional government will not be formed until May next year. But refugees here are holding on to the hope that it will provide the stability and security they need for them to return home. YOHANNA is the camp leader for South Sudanese refugees in Jazeera camp here in White Nile State. He says the talk of return is something that comes up occasionally when he meets other refugees.
Many refugees here talk to me about wanting to return home, but that can't just happen. We have seen it before when the last deal was signed and they said there was peace, but fighting happened again and people were displaced. We have to be sure this time before returning.
A confirmation that can only be given with time. But for now, all refugees like Monica can do is hope they will get to raise their children in their countries instead of refugee camps. Hiba, Al Jazeera, Jazeera camp in White Nile State, Sudan.